Let's talk about attachments, hang-ups, things we never get over, things that just stick to us and follow us throughout life. And 9 times out of 10, we don't even know it's there. We've just got this thing that just follows us everywhere. Maybe we're just an unhappy person. We're just unhappy people. Maybe your job sucks and you keep going from shit job to shit job to shit job. Maybe the way you're dealing with people. Or maybe the way people deal with you. You find yourself constantly picked on by people. You leave one job, or you go to a new job and it goes good for a while, and then you're starting to get picked on bit by bit. People don't like you. People don't like your attitude and how you work. And then next thing you know, you're getting fired because someone's just doesn't like you and they've blamed something on you. And this happens over and over and over again. If you walk into a place and you smell dog shit once and then never again, okay. You walk past somewhere that has dog shit. Cool. No big deal. If you go to a place and you keep on smelling dog shit all day, everywhere you go, it's you. You stepped in the dog shit. Check your shoes. If you go to a place and you run into an asshole and it throws off your day, big whoop, you ran into an asshole. But if day after day you keep running into assholes and they're constantly throwing off your day because you're surrounded by assholes, you're the asshole. That's just as simple as that. That means you're lugging around something that is attached to you that is making people treat you that way. So what do you do about it? You have to figure out what that is and let it go. A while back, I came up with an analogy for attachments, and I posted it on my Facebook. And I'll probably do a video on this in and of itself, but it bears repeating here. Let's say you're in a hot air balloon. Everybody in life is in a hot air balloon. And each one of us is our own balloon. Now, from our seat, we can't see over the edge of the basket, over the gondola. We can't see over the edge of it. We can't see the horizon. We can't see what's below us. Because most of us are too afraid to stand up and look over the edge. So what we can see around us is other people's hot air balloons. And we can see all the sandbags that weigh them down. But it's hard to see our own. Because in order to see our own sandbags, we have to stand up and look over the edge of that gondola, look over the edge of that basket. And we have to face that we're either really high up, and it's scary to be that high up, or we have to face that we're still on the ground and never got anywhere. That's most people. Most of us are afraid, and we all have our little sandbags that we're afraid to look at. I know I have mine, and I'm sure you have yours. So what do we do when we're afraid to look at our own sandbags? Instead, we reach up and we yank the chain on the fuel thing and add more heat, hoping that the heat of that flame will cause enough hot air to make us rise anyway. And we can just bypass the sandbags. We don't have to loosen and let the sandbags go if there's enough heat. And that works for a time. But there's only so high you can go with that extra weight. And eventually, we're going to see everyone around us moving and descending, and we're wondering why we're not going any higher. But at the same time, we're too afraid to stand up and look out over the edge and look down and grasp that sandbag and untie it and let it the fuck go. We're too afraid of that. We have to stand up and let them go. And it's not an easy thing. It's a one by one thing, one at a time, bit by bit. I discovered one of my own just a few days ago, and it was a terrifying thing to look at. But I said, okay, I recognize this for what it is. It's a sandbag. And it's something that you can let go. And so what have I done? I've started untying it. Well, no one lets it go immediately right off the bat. It takes time to untie. It takes time to unpack. It takes time to observe it. But eventually, you can get that knot loose and let it drop. We have to do this as people. We have to be able to let stuff go. We're not going to get anywhere if we keep carrying our baggage around day in and day out. Things that a lot of times we carry this stuff around that we didn't even realize we were holding on to. And it hurts us, even though we don't even realize that it's hurting us. We just hold on to it and hold on to it and sit on it like a hen, like a fat hen with an egg, just brooding it and waiting for it to hatch, but it never hatches. It just sits and rots and festers, and we're still sitting on it like a fat and happy hen waiting for her chicks to hatch. And the thing is dead and rotting and festering, and we don't even realize it. Until one day, that egg breaks open and it's just the foulest of the foul. Excuse my bird pun there. But that's how it is. That's how we do it. We just sit on it. And what's worse is we keep adding stuff to these. And then we wonder why the world is going insane. It's because we don't let shit go. We don't let shit go. I mean, look at the past 20 years. And I know it goes back further than that, but let's just look at the past 20 years of shit that we've all had to deal with. Wars, the economy, recessions, diseases, pandemics, all kinds of shit. How many of you are still carrying that shit around? And not just the big picture shit, but the little shit. The little things, the little sandbags that you incurred when you were 9 or 10 years old and haven't even realized that you were carrying around. The little traumas that you incurred when you were a kid that you don't even think about. All of that shit hurts us. Every little bit of it hurts us. And yet we hold on to it. We hold on to it like a scared kid with a blankie thinking it's going to keep us safe. And the whole time, it's the fucking monster that we're running from. And I know there's a lot of analogies and puns and shit in this dialogue, but I hope it fucking gets it through the point of how serious this shit is. I really do. We cannot continue to hold on to this shit. We have to let it go. And that starts. And here's the scary part. It starts with observing it. It starts with bringing it up and letting yourself feel it. That scary event from your childhood, that traumatic event, you have to bring it all up. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to be angry. Recognize the emotions that it has caused, the pain that it has given you, the grief, the anger, the sorrow, all of it. You have to recognize that and allow yourself to feel it. That's examining that sandbag. That's untying the knot. And then once you do, only then can you let it go. And by let it go, I don't mean you forget about it. I mean that it no longer causes you pain. It no longer controls your actions in life. You are no longer attached to it. That is letting it go. And we have so much, each and every one of us, we have so much that we need to do this for. We need to let it all go. Because only then can we get to where we're trying to go. Only then can we ascend in that hot air balloon and fly freely. Only then. We got to stop sitting on this stuff. And I know my almost 20-minute rant isn't going to do much in the big picture. And that's okay. That's okay. Because as I've said before on other recordings and videos and posts online, I'm not doing this for all of you. I'm doing this for me. I'm seeing the need to make these recordings so that I can come back and listen to them when I need them. Because I do need them. More than you guys would think, I need them. This is a way of me getting my thoughts down. But I hope that it can help someone else along the way. Because if it can reach just one person besides myself, and even if it is just myself, if it can reach one person, then it's done its job. You guys have a good night.